Welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Cabral Concept. Excited to get into our Friday review, where each and every Friday we're bringing you all sorts of different happenings within the private practice over at IHP, Equilibrium, keeping you updated there, going over 1, 2, or maybe even 3 research studies that I think are applicable in your life that you could use, that you could share with someone else as well. I'm typically going over product reviews. I'm going over books that I've read recently that I love. All sorts of different things. So we'll go through recipes, we'll go through my favorite smoothies, and really what's been going on over the past week. So it's one of those shows that I really enjoy because each and every day we go through a specific topic. And I do love that as well. So this week we went through basically why I absolutely believe that you need to begin to double or triple your rate of failure. You can check out why on episode 1613. You can check out episode 1614 for 2 foods that inflame the brain, can lead to Alzheimer's and dementia, and in children can lead to ADHD and other issues around learning. So definitely check out that show specifically for definitely obesity and for brain-related issues. On episode 1615, we talked about sneaky low blood sugar symptoms. You'll want to check these out because most people don't relate those symptoms to lows in blood sugar, which is called hypoglycemia. And then yesterday on episode 1616, we went over how to develop your very own health-based team, virtual or in person. One of the things that I loved doing a few years back, and now I have my people, my resources to call on whenever I need them. So definitely check that out as well. Okay, on today's show, what I want to do is go over first what's happening in the practice, what's happening over at Equilibrium Nutrition, and then I have some pillow reviews. I have some bed pillow-based reviews. I've given you sheet reviews back in the past, talking about bamboo sheets, all those great things. I've given you bed recommendations. Well, now we're going to go over pillows. I've gotten a question on that, so I'm happy to help. Something that I got on Father's Day that people saw on Instagram when I was posting photos are some specific acupressure-based sandals. Not for everyday wearing around, but I wear them for about 10 minutes every morning and sometimes 10 minutes at night. Definitely check out what that's all about. And then, of course, I've got a couple research studies for you today. So without further ado, let's dive right into the show. So first things first, I want to let you know that IHP, so the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute, is closed for the summer. You can check out, you can download the brochure, you can feel free to apply online, but we are closed for open enrollment for the summer, taking care of our current members and really going through the IHP Mastery material with our very first IHP Mastery group. Really an amazing group of people. I just did the Module 3 workshop with them not too long ago. It was so fun being able to interact with everyone, go through the material. These are the health coaches of the future. These are the people that I'm telling you, you're going to see their names in the next year, 2 years, 5 years, developing practices that really are helping hundreds to thousands of people all over the world on a yearly basis for sure. So a couple things over at Equilibrium Nutrition, a couple big things. The first is this: international shipping due to the pandemic was slowed a bit. On our end, we ship things out in 2 days. So, I mean, that's it. So if your order is in by 6 o'clock that night, it actually goes out that night. If you get it in past 6 o'clock, it goes out the next day. That's pretty much the fastest turnaround that you can get. And then it's up to our local post service. We use UPS, we use FedEx, we'll use USPS overseas, we'll use DHL, we'll use whoever is the best to get your package there. That's the biggest thing. And, I mean, we get packages to everybody worldwide within 5 to 7 7 days maximum. That even includes Australia. But due to the pandemic, well, they slowed down international shipping. It was tougher to get things through, imports, whatever you want to call it. And that even went for Canada, believe it or not. Our neighbors to the north, it's easier for me to ship something to Canada than it is all the way to like Florida, California. It's actually closer. But going through essentially international jurisdiction, it held things up. But I'm happy to say now, after 2 weeks, meaning like the last 2 weeks, we made sure before this announcement that we were good to go, that barring some type of second wave where they shut things down, we are good to go. And you should get your packages back in a timely fashion now. And that's typically 5 to 7 days maximum. And again, that even includes the other side of the world for all of our friends over in the Philippines, which we ship to, Australia, New Zealand, etc. And of course, everyone in between. All right, so that is that on international shipping. I do hope that you also saw just within the last 48 hours, we began our semi-annual sale. Now, given the name semi-annual sale, you're probably thinking that we do 2 sales a year, and you are correct. So we do that this is our second time, right? So this is our second annual semi-annual sale. So last July, we didn't want people to wait until Black Friday, Cyber Monday to begin that one-time-a-year sale, which is what we did since late 2016 when we took our Boston private practice and brought it online. Back then, it was only the detox and it was the daily nutritional support shakes. And then we started to introduce the labs that we did, but of course, we had to build that out. And now, over 120 different products over at equilibriumnutrition.com. So right now, during our semi-annual sale, you can save up to 25% off. And for domestic orders, if it's over $99, it ships for free. So definitely check that out. Again, this is the time if you've been waiting to purchase a lab or a protocol or the CBO protocol, whatever it might be, the daily foundational protocols. Check that out, up to 25% off over at equilibriumnutrition.com. Okay. That's what we have going on. Let's go over now some reviews. You know that I love natural health-based products. I really do. It's kind of hilarious because sometimes I get them sent to me. Sometimes I'm just buying things. But I love doing the reviews, and I also give a ton of it away. I give a lot of it away. Well, so I'm big on making sure that you recover. Like between exercise and stress, all those things. I play life pretty hard. That's what I was trying to say. Play life pretty hard. Meaning I work hard. I play hard with the kids, the family. And I love it. I really try to get every minute that I can out of life. If you've listened to the podcast, I hope that you kind of getting that from me, that we've got this one life for all of us. That's all we know. And we just want to make the most of it. I've been in bad times. I've been in good times. It's just kind of like I look at the big picture and I just try to enjoy life as much as I can. But since I do go hard during the day, I need to work on that recovery at night. So I do make sure that I'm in bed for 7.5 to 8 hours every single night. Should I be in bed for 8 to 8.5? Yeah, probably most likely. But again, there are trade-offs for everything. So I recommend people 7 to 9 hours sleep per night. Make sure you're not getting run down. And I don't. I get 7.5 hours Monday through Friday. And then on the weekends, I get 8 to 8.5. So again, that's how it works from my schedule. I would definitely check out how much sleep you need for you on a previous podcast that I did on how much sleep do you need. So check that out because different body types need different amounts of sleep, and also the amount that you move your body and the age that you are requires more sleep or less sleep as well. So definitely check out that show. Well, again, you've heard my bed review before. There's a lot of great beds out there. There's Migraine Mattress, there's Savvy, there's Avocado, there's Awara, right? There's others too. I purchased others in the past. And I've gone from no springs in the mattress to now some individually wrapped, all coiled springs with separate sections. And there's so many great beds out there. I think the best value for your money, here's what I'd like my team to do. I want my team to link up, if they can, my previous bed review with Awara. So I think the best value for your money, if you like a medium to firm bed, is going with the Awara mattress, and a second place would be the Avocado mattress. Now, the Avocado mattress, it's like 1A and 1B. They're really very similar mattresses. With the Awara, you save about $500 on the mattress. I'm always trying to save you money because there's not just one health thing to buy in your life, right? There's like lots of health things. So which ones do you decide? Well, if you can kind of save some money here, but it's a great product, then great. It's just Avocado's gone for additional organic-based certifications. And so that's great too. It really is. So I like both. Again, once I get my resources page up and running, I'm going to link both up. They're both great. That's the thing. People say well, why did you choose this one over that? they're both great. They're both medium firm mattresses. So if you like a medium firm mattress, then you can go with that. Avocado, it's an upgrade for the Euro top, pillow top on top. And Awara automatically comes with the pillow top. So again, great mattresses. But Avocado gets the nod for the pillow. So Avocado has a organic pillow that I was looking for. So let me take an aside just for a second. So I was looking for a very comfortable pillow, but not one too high because I don't want my neck kind of tilted during the middle of the night, but enough so that my head's not tilted down where my face, because I have no adenoids, they've taken out my tonsils, I've got scar tissue in my nasal passages. It's not the easiest for me to breathe while lying down because of the damage that was essentially associated with my youth with, 2-3 dozen, probably 50 sinus infections. I've had tubes in my ears when I was little. So anyway, my lymph nodes do a lot of work. So we want them to be able to drain at night. So I need to have my head slightly elevated, all right? So I don't want too fluffy of a pillow, not too firm. And about 6 months ago, I said, you know what? Memory foam is not healthy for you. There's a lot of off-gassing. It's not good. Memory foam beds are typically pretty toxic. We're always talking about non-toxic ingredients. So I said, let me see if I can find a memory foam pillow that isn't toxic. And it took some time, but I did find one. And this is made from shredded memory foam and some polyester fiber. Now, it's not as healthy for you as the avocado pillow I'm about to recommend, but I want to give people options if they love memory foam, because I know a lot of people love memory foam. Well, this one that I found, it's made without ozone depleters, PBDEs, TCEPs, from metals, formaldehydes, phthalates. It's regulated by the CPSC, so it's a non-toxic, hypoallergenic memory foam pillow, but it's shredded memory foam. So it's actually a lot more comfortable than just kind of like putting your head on one of those rounded memory foams. So it is comfortable. There's no doubt about it. They guarantee your satisfaction, meaning like they'll take it back. And what I will do is I will link it up for you today. I'll link everything up today, all the product recommendations and research at 1617. So StephenCabral.com/1617. Okay. Shredded memory foam pillow, and it comes with a bamboo case. So it really is. It's a nice pillow. It's the best non-toxic memory foam pillow I could find. I never smelt any off-gassing while I was testing it out. Okay, but there's a healthier one, and if you want an even healthier version, which I know we always kind of work our way up and strive for the best, well, let's see right here. So this one, the shredded memory foam pillow, it's only $17.90. That's actually a really great deal. I had no idea it was that inexpensive for a good quality, as non-toxic as you can get memory foam pillow. All right, but let's go over the avocado pillow. It's $89. You're definitely paying for a cleaner pillow, but again, this pillow is going to last you a while. Both are going to last you a while. But I definitely recommend, again, putting pillowcases over these so that the natural sweat during the night and all sorts of different things don't drip or don't get into that pillow. All right, so this is a non-toxic pillow. So Avocado prides themselves on using all organic-based materials. They're GOLS certified. They're GOTS certified, GOTS. And here's what they use. They use a certified latex rubber, okay? So this is also what goes into the beds with an Awara, with an Avocado, with a lot of these organic-based brands. A little bit different with their pillow. So I know they used some wool in the past. They're actually using a organic certified, I believe it's pronounced Kapok, but I don't know, and I didn't look up the pronunciation of this. It's Kapok tree fiber. So here's the interesting thing, though, because I have looked into the specific, and again, I don't know if this is how it's pronounced, Ceiba tree, it's CEIBA, but I did look its origin, where it's from. I mean, it looks legitimate, and the nice thing is it looks sustainable. So what they're doing is there's essentially pods on these trees, and they burst open, and what it looks like on the inside is essentially cotton. So they're using that as a nice sustainable fiber that they can use to give the pillow its fluffiness. It's a great pillow. It really is. They give you extra of the texture or the fiber so that you can add more to the actual pillow if you want a thicker pillow. I haven't added any extra yet. It's about the right height for me. I mean, if you're taller and you have broader shoulders, you'll probably have to put a little bit more of the stuffing in there. If you're medium-sized, like I am, I would say, then it's probably going to be a good fit for you. And if you're smaller, you can always take some out. So that's how I would really look at it. It's a good pillow. It's clean. It's organic. I'm going to link it up today with all of its different certifications. Okay, so if you want to see the different pillowcases I've recommended before, you can go check that up. You can actually just type in Bamboo, BAMBOO, at StephenCabral.com/podcasts, and I'll see if my team can link that up as well today at StephenCabral.com/1617. We'll link them all up there. All right, I want to do one more review before I bring you two research studies, and that is for the Acupressure Sandals. The Acupressure Sandals, I believe, are by River. I believe that's the name of them. Let me see if I can find that here. It is. It's by River, and I've been wanting to purchase these for a little bit of time. But I didn't purchase one because it's kind of one of those things, like it's for me, and I didn't really want to spend the money for whatever reason. They're $27.95. So are they a little bit of investment? Yes, just like everything is an investment. That's why I kind of pick and choose what's the right thing for you at the right time. But I'll tell you what, I looked at these and I'm like, are they gimmicky? Because they kind of look gimmicky, but they match up with the acupressure points. They allow you to choose your shoe size within a size, which is pretty fantastic because you do actually need these to line up. They should not be too big for you because then it's not going to line up with the acupressure points on your feet. If you've never heard me talk about foot reflexology or acupressure, check out previous shows on that. But essentially in your feet, and this has been talked about in Ayurvedic medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, you name it throughout the years, especially traditional Chinese medicine. Think about all they call them meridians in the body. Think about all the organs you have, all of them essentially ground out in the feet. Now, again, this is theory right now. There is actually some decent research on this with acupressure points, but I don't want to get too far down that path because, whether anecdotal, whether theory, to me, does it get results? And foot acupressure, or let's call it foot reflexology, if you've never had it done, I can't recommend it enough. Usually you can find a place around you that does foot reflexology, and it might be like, let's say $30 for a 30-minute appointment. It's a pretty good deal. And what they do is they just massage your calves. They massage like the soleus, the gastroc part of the back of the leg, the calf, and then they're going to work on the bottom of your feet. And they're actually using, and I learned this of just going through Ayurvedic medicine, is specific movements on the bottom of the foot, whether it's rotational counterclockwise or clockwise massage, or it's actual pressure into the specific point. And every point, if it's a little tender, can often mean that there may be something going on with that meridian or with that actual organ. I'll tell you, let's just say none of that is true. If you massage the bottom of your feet, it's relaxing. If you relax, it calms your central nervous system, specifically the parasympathetic nervous system. It basically quiets the sympathetic nervous system. If you do that, well, you get all of the benefits of being in a relaxed state. Lower heart rate, sometimes lower blood pressure, you get boosted immunity, like all the great things. So whether it matches up or not, I tend to believe it does. I really do. And I have a science-based mind. I have a very skeptical mind. But I do believe it. I really do. I've seen benefit with myself. And with these acupressure sandals, they're not comfortable. Meaning you don't wear these around as regular sandals. But you put them on, and you feel a lot of tension the first time you wear them. As you start to wear them more and more, you get less tension. So what's it doing? Well, it is massaging the bottom of your feet in a way, but I tend to believe that it is helping to calm those nervous system points. They're called proprioceptors. So definitely check them out if you want. I will link them up, of course, today on the show notes. All right, let's move on now to our research. I wanted to share this with you. A lot of people this time of the year dealing with allergies or hay fever or nasal sinus congestion. Sometimes people have allergies to pollen or to something going on in their environment like grass and dust, etc. Well, there's a recent report here, a recent study. This was done, Dr. Vincent Martin led the study, professor of medicine and the director of headache and facial pain program at the University of Cincinnati. He published this, and it is titled Nasal Allergies and Hay Fever Are Linked to Migraine Frequency. Okay, so let's read the excerpt. People with migraine headaches who also have allergies such as hay fever were 33% more likely to have frequent migraines than people who had no allergies. His theory is treating allergy symptoms may relieve migraine symptoms. Okay, Why did I want to bring this to you? Because if you read this, I want to say, yes, there's a lot of truth to this. I've worked with many people in my practice, and I do agree with it. Now, what I took from that, though, is you could treat this two ways, right? We could treat this conventionally, and you could use all sorts of different allergy-based medication, okay? I am not a proponent of that because I've been through that. I was through that for the first 25 years of my life, longer than that. And in the short term, allergy medication can work. In the long term, detrimental to what's called the HPA axis, the hypothalamus pituitary axis, and also detrimental to the sex hormones, estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, DHEA, as well as detrimental to the thyroid. Now, it's detrimental to that because in order to relieve allergies, what many of these medications do, corticosteroids, they use a form of corticosteroids or a neurotransmitter accelerator, such as like norepinephrine, and they get the body into a greater state of fight or flight. So this is not what we want, right? We just don't want that. Now, is there a link? Yes. A higher production of histamine or inflammatory cytokines could induce migraines. There's no doubt about that. So what I recommend is looking at always what's the underlying root cause. Do you have gut permeability that's led to an inflamed immune system that's led to Th2 immune system dominance? Okay, well, we can work on that through underlying root causes, which is gut-based permeability, candida overgrowth, SIBO, parasites, H. pylori, etc. It could also be, well, higher levels of stress, lower levels of immune-based function. There are many ways to go about this, but what I would say is using something like we talk about an allergy-based protocol that we love. Again, it's not a treatment-based protocol. We're not diagnosing, treating, curing disease. We're working on things that are naturally have an antihistamine-based effect. We know those. They've been studied, published research, peer-reviewed published research. N-acetylcysteine is a good example. Quercetin is a good example. Stinging nettles is a good example. Vitamin C is a good example. Those work. We know that they do. They're clinically proven to work. So that's a good first step. Use natural-based protocols, but then also maybe look at the gut. Maybe do something like a candida metabolic and vitamins test. Maybe do a bacteria and parasite stool test. And of course, you can look at your food sensitivities as well. Okay, so I'll link that up if people want to go deeper into it, for sure. Love to be able to link that up for you. And I'll do that today at stephencabral.com/1617. All right, I want to bring you one more research study. I know I'm up on my time today, but I did say that I would bring you 2 research studies. So I want to bring you one more quick one so that you have one more thing to look at that might be beneficial for you. All right, so I've got so many studies in front of me. I want to pick one right now, and why don't I give you this one? Okay, so, and this is just a good takeaway, share it with your friends. I've been doing a lot more driving lately. Now, I've been doing a lot more driving lately because I'm staying up in Maine for the summer. So, and I love it up here, love everything about it, but you drive to everything. Like, that's just the way that it is. I'm used to living in the city, and I've been living in the city now since 2004, so 16 years. So the thing is, I walk everywhere. Well, now I'm driving everywhere, and the amount of people that I see texting on their cell phone is scary. Like, it's honestly scary. Because I'm looking at them, they're right across the lane from me. There's nothing dividing us. It's just a yellow line on the road. I see them looking at their phone. And here's the thing. New study, this is out of traffic injury prevention, done by Australian universities that came together for this research. And I'm going to link it up as well for the research. But here's the gist of it. Texting is as dangerous as drunk driving. This is what they found. Both behaviors led to the same degree of slowed braking time and increased speeding. Now, why would that be? Because your mind is obviously not on the road. But it's not just that. Like, looking away is not the same as texting. Like, looking away for a second is not the same as texting. The difference is this. Your mind actually switches from driving and is now focused on the conversation, and you kind of go off a little bit into la-la land about thinking about whatever the conversation is, what the person's thinking, what you're trying to say, and next thing you know, 5 seconds has gone by. 5 seconds is still plenty of time, especially when you're going 30 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour, to swerve into another lane. I can't recommend enough. As important as we believe the text to be, wait. Just wait. Or have a passenger in your car read them to you and be able to respond. Keep your eyes on the road. I mean, safety is so important when driving. We're driving in these 1,000, 2,000 pound vehicles. And they can do a lot of damage, not only, of course, to yourself and all your loved ones in the car, but also to someone that you don't even know. So this is more of a public safety thing. Put the phones away. Really, it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. So just wanted to bring you some of that research. I think we could all listen to that myself. Again, I need to do it as well. I need to make sure that I am not even looking at a phone when it beeps or anything like that I'm really just focused on driving, because all it takes is a split second. So hopefully this has been helpful. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning into the show. I know we went over a lot today. That's why I love these shows, though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link it all up at stephencabral.com/1617. I hope you have an amazing weekend, and be sure to tune in this weekend for all of our Cabral house calls where we answer our community's questions each and every weekend. Take care, everybody. Did you know that the body really only becomes sick or imbalanced in only two ways? Over time, you become deficient in vital nutrients, and you also accumulate toxins internally and from the environment. As those nutrients diminish and you increase your total toxic load, your body then begins to show the first signs of dis-ease. It's actually quite predictable, and the good news is that if we know how you began to fill up that proverbial rain barrel, we also know how to empty it to begin the healing process. I was fortunate enough to learn this ancient healing process from my mentor after suffering from debilitating diseases for close to a decade. It was only when I began to implement these techniques did I finally overcome my illnesses and go on to live a life of energy and vitality that I now enjoy. I'd like to share with you now what I discovered after traveling all over the world and how to combine the best of ancient healing wisdom with state-of-the-art science. Allow me to teach you exactly how I've been able to help over 250,000 people to empty their rain barrel and begin to transform their body and lives into what they've always hoped they could be. To get your copy of the international bestseller, The Rain Barrel Effect, simply go to stephencabral.com/rainbarrel.